AITA for clashing with my nan and letting her know what I think about her bad parenting. Drop a like and be sure to follow for more. So, AITA for clashing with my nan and letting her know what I think about her bad parenting. I 16F live with my dad, 34 Mem, who has had sole custody of me since I was 2 after my birth mother walked out on the both of us. That's not too relevant to the story, but I want to give a slight backstory for us both. Over the weekend, we both attended a family BBQ, and my nan-dad's mum was there. He's in LC with her just to keep peace with the family, and they only really have a brief talk at these family BBQs. During the BBQ, she started bitching about how my dad is still unwilling to move on and forget about the past. For some much-needed information, my dad is the youngest of her 2 sons, and she has openly given preference to his older brother their entire lives. She regretted not having a daughter as her second child, and she took this out on my dad whilst he was growing up. This made him have mental health troubles and anxiety, something that he tried to keep me shielded from but came to light a few months ago. I tried keeping my mouth shut during her entire bitching episode, but in the end, I let slip what I was thinking when I said something along the lines of, "If you weren't such a shit mum, perhaps your youngest son wouldn't be in LC with you now." She was visibly stunned, and after processing what I said, she asked me to repeat what I said and why I said it. So I tore into her about how she was a shit mum to my dad and how her emotional abuse of him fucked him up mentally. I also couldn't help but take a dig by mentioning the fact that it's unfortunate that my dad had to deal with 2 shitty women in his life, his mum and my birth mother. After that outburst, my dad and I left the family barbecue and returned home. We spoke when we got home, and while my dad isn't happy that I involved myself in adult matters and his personal issues with his mum, he does appreciate knowing that I care about him. After that, we spent the remaining day just catching up on some anime together. And she has been messaging my dad demanding that I apologize. But so far, he has ignored her and told me to not worry about it and that he'll handle it. I apologized to my dad for my behavior that has now given him more aggro with someone who he's in LC with. But I don't want to apologize to the person who has caused so much harm to my dad. I love him, and I am very protective towards those who I love. So yeah, I feel like the for forcing myself into my dad's problems with his mum. But I don't regret speaking my mind to someone who has been pissing me off after I found out how much she hurt someone who I love.